Arsenal have just beaten Aston Villa 2 goals to 0. A very, very tough game. And at the end, a very comfortable result. We're going to get into it. Firstly, before this game started, this was one of those games that I was stressed about, because when you look at it, Arsenal have a very tough start to the season, and Aston Villa away was a very difficult game. Very difficult fixture for us last season. It proved to be very difficult. Any game against Aston Villa, we lost both times against Aston Villa, and this time we couldn't make it a treble. We couldn't let Unai Emery dunk on us again for another season. And you know what, it really did look like at one point he was going to dunk on us. We have to talk about one player. Of course, we're going to talk about Trossard. Sorry, the mic almost dropped. Of course, we're going to talk about Trossard and the goal scorers, but we have to talk about a man who saved us before everything, and that is David Raya. What a save. For me, that is going to go down as the best save in the Premier League. Mark my words, that save will go down as the best save this season. What a save. When you look at it, right? Firstly, he's on the floor already, okay? The ball hits the bar, he's on the floor already. And then Ollie Watkins comes in, diving, heads it whilst David Raya is still on the floor, and Raya still manages to get up and put up a save. And you know, I'm so happy for David Raya, because he has been from last season, he's been under a lot of pressure. Of course, he's come in and replaced a fan favorite in Aaron Ramsdale, and what a save this guy has produced. And he has shown why, you know, he is Arsenal's number one over Ramsdale. I mean, what a save. And I think this game he deserves to be man of the match. In terms of the game itself, first off, I would say we were very I don't know what to call it. I think we were quite toothless in that first half. I think we created a few chances, but the truth is, it just seemed we couldn't really create anything clear cut. And I don't know what that is. I don't know whether it's just because we're still rusty because the season has just started. But what it was, I mean, wherever it was, it just simply wasn't good enough in that first half. And second half, we turned up a bit. Today, for me, Gabriel Martinelli, we have to talk about Martinelli. I love Martinelli. What a player he is on his day. But today, this guy has an absolute stinker performance. And a lot of fans blame the left-hand side for Martinelli's poor performances. You know, they blame the likes of the left back, they blame the likes of the midfielder, apparently not supporting him. But all those theories, everything is absolute rubbish when Trossard comes in and plays on the same wing, plays in the same team and can perform. Trossard comes in within 2 minutes, gets a goal. I mean, what, you know, that is what you call an impact sub, but what you call an impact player, Trossard. Trossard may not perform the best, but one thing about Trossard is when the ball drops to him, he will score. And I think one thing right now we lack in that front line, and I think it's been consistent from last season, that we really lack that X factor. Saka does give us that X factor, but when Saka does get double teamed, triple teamed, you know, who else is there to, you know, save Saka? I mean, you can't expect Saka to play good every single week. There are going to be games where, you know, he isn't performing the best and someone has to step up. And unfortunately, when you look at that front line, Kai Havertz, Martinelli, they're not stepping up at the moment. We need someone to step up. Yesterday, Trossard stepped up, but we need more, because now with Jesus are injured for God knows how long, and Eddie Nketiah looks like he might be off. We need to sign a forward, and you know, we'll talk about that another day, but we need our forwards to step up more. I think Martin Odegaard had a decent game. Thomas Partey and Declan Rice, I'll be honest, they didn't play the best. That Rodgers guy, he ran absolute rings around both Thomas Partey and Declan Rice, but thankfully Thomas Partey made up for it with a goal. Nice finish. Gabriel and Saliba, brilliant performance, especially Saliba. I mean, that recovery run he did, running all the way from the halfway line. I think it was Jacob Ramsey, or what's his name? Jacob Ramsey, to block Jacob Ramsey's shot. What a recovery run. And I think Saliba is slowly showing to everyone why he is one of the world's best centre-backs. Timber comes in, and I think he played okay. But overall, I think it was a decent performance, not the best. Of course, it's still early at the start of the season, but what's important is we got the win. That's the number one thing. Arsenal are able to win games whilst not playing good. The likes of Saka is able to produce moments whilst not playing good, and that shows that we have improved from last season. But we still not, you know, this window is still open, and we do need to make a few more signings. But today we'll focus on the result, we'll focus on the game, and we'll celebrate that. In terms of Aston Villa, that Rodgers guy, we have to talk about him. This guy, what a player he is. I haven't been keeping an eye too much on Aston Villa, but the way he was playing today, what an absolute baller. In terms of the substitutes, not many. Calafiori came on, he played quite well, I would say. Nice little cameo, and of course Trossard comes on, but and you know, there's not much to say about then Trossard. You know, everyone knows what he is. He comes on, gets a goal, game done. But what was really important, it shows, you know, it was a mental block. Aston Villa last season was a mental block, and Arsenal yet again had passed another test. It was a big game for Arsenal, especially Arteta as well, knowing that Unai Emery has, you know, done the double over him, and today he had to do something, and we won the game. It was a big test, and you know, I'm really happy about this result, because for me, I felt that we needed to win. You know, when you look at the games that are coming, you know, you still got Brighton, you still got Tottenham, you still got Man City, and you know, Aston Villa winning that game against Aston Villa hopefully should give us that confidence and that momentum to keep pushing forward. In terms of the man of the match, like I've said, it's David Villa. I mean, that time, the timing of the save. If we conceded at that moment, the game could have been a completely different story. I could have been here sitting down talking about how we drew or how we lost the game, but David Villa saved us. In other talking points, there's not much to talk about other than big test pass for this Arsenal. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. That's what's more important. Let me know who your man of the match was. Do you disagree that maybe do you think I'm being too harsh on Gabriel Martinelli or Thomas Partey and Declan Rice? Let me know in the comments, because I'll read them all. But yeah, remember to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.